Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Meredith and I went to Sephora and I got some makeup. So some of the makeup I have today, it's brand new to me, but it may not be new to the market. I have seen people try it out and wanted to try it out myself. And then I'm gonna kind of mix it up in there with some of the stuff that I like to use on a daily basis. So my skin is already prepped and moisturized and ready to go. I'm not going to use any primer today. And the first thing I'm going to try is the Gucci Luminous Matte Foundation. And the first thing that I think of is Luminous Matte. Seems interesting. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just gonna put a couple of pumps. Well, let's start with one pump. And the first thing I'm gonna do is put it on with the brush. I just kind of like to move it around my face. And my first thought is I hope I didn't get something too light. I'm gonna go for one more pump. I just like to do this to get it kind of spread around and then I'll blend it with the blender. I'm a little worried. This is looking a little light for me. Since it's the end of winter, this is probably the lightest my skin is going to be. It's only going to get darker from here. I tan pretty easily in the summertime. The foundation that I like to currently use is either the NARS Reflecting Foundation. I also like the House Labs foundation. A funny side note is that I didn't like the NARS or the House Labs foundation when I first tried it. So I've given it a couple of tries and now I really like it. A drugstore brand that I really love is the Catrice foundation. If you've never tried it, you should give it a shot. Okay, so my first thought is I don't love it. I feel like it goes on somewhat patchy, like it doesn't smooth across my face very well. I felt like, you know, I had to spend a lot of time blending it. It does say it's full coverage, it's long wearing, it claims to wear for 24 hours. I don't know why you'd want to wear makeup for 24 hours, but it does say it's long wearing. And it retails for $69, so I was kind of hoping that, you know, it would be this great foundation, but so far I'm not super loving it. I'm wondering also if it's because the color I got I believe it's a, what is it, 180W. So we'll see how it goes with the rest of the makeup, if I can kind of get it to kind of work for the rest of the makeup look. The next thing I'd like to do, which I usually like to do before I put the foundation on, but I forgot, but I like to use the NARS concealer to cover up any small blemishes I may have. I'm gonna get my little mirror here to help. So I usually like to dab this on before I start my foundation, and then as I blend out my foundation, it just kind of melts in. So hopefully this works okay. I guess I was excited about trying the foundation that I just totally forgot this step. Since I didn't put it on before my foundation, let's just try and blend it out with my fingers. So I just do a little bit of a dabbing motion and get that blended in. And as I'm looking at my skin with this foundation, I just feel like it's not blending great. Like, ugh. So I'm just gonna kind of tap it in a little better because it just feels splotchy. So the next thing I'm going to do is bronzer, and I got something that's new to me. It's not new in the marketplace, but it's the LYS bronzing stick. And I see a lot of people use it. It looks really creamy, so we're going to try it out. I got the shade Harmony, which is kind of like a warm golden undertone. And as I open the package up, it's one of these sticks. Okay, so I think I'm going to be brave and I'm going to just draw it on and see how it goes and how it blends, because I feel like that's how most people use it. So I'm kind of curious. I could be regretting this because it may be I just need to put a brush in it and blend it in, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's really creamy and I've already kind of broken the tip. So just be careful, a lot goes on. So this could be disastrous again. We'll see how it goes. So let me get a brush here and we'll start kind of blending it in. So I just use a little brush here to blend it. And my first thought is, yeah, it might be better to do on a brush if you don't want so much product to lay down. I mean, it's really creamy and it's blending very nicely. So if you do put too much on, you can get it blended out and it'll be great. So I think I'm liking this so far. It's really blending nicely. Like the color. Just kind of tapping and also doing little circular motions to get it kind of blended in there. But I don't know if I would have needed this much product. It may have been better if I just put it on the back of my hand and kind of just applied it that way. It's a lot. I'm gonna break out my beauty blender here and just kind of tap it and see how that goes. So the LYS bronzer, it retails for $20 at Sephora, and I think that my overall impression for the first application is I really like the formula. It blends very smoothly, and I feel like it would probably be best applied if you put a little bit on the back of your hand and dipped your brush in and then applied it. I think when you just apply it to your face, because it's so creamy, so much product goes on and you have to do a lot of blending. So I think using a brush dipped into the back of your hand and applying it is probably a lot better. The next thing I'm gonna apply is the Rare Beauty Cream Blush. And this one is not new to me, but there's a reason why I'm using it and you'll see later. So this one I am a little brave, and I do like to put it on my cheeks. I just dab a little bit and then I just like to blend it in with a sponge here. And this is in the shade Hope. And I really like this blush. I think it's really pretty. I have it also in the color Happy. And that one is really pretty too. So if you don't have this product already, it is, like I said, in the shade Hope, and it retails for $23 at Sephora. The next thing I'm going to do is do a little bit of under eye concealer, and this product also is not new to me, but I really, really love it. And it is the Lancôme Tint Idole Ultra Wear. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I do like this product. It's really good. And I have this in a light shade and a dark shade. And sometimes I like to use the lighter shade under my eyes to kind of brighten them up. And sometimes I like to use the darker one to do spot correction on my face if I haven't used the NARS already. So I'm going to take the light color And I just like to dab a little bit under the eye, and then bringing out my trusty beauty blender again, and I'm just tapping in. And I have to say that my overall look, it's coming together, but I don't like the foundation. I hate to say it. $69 too. Oh. And then what I do with, you know, I already have product on the blender, so I just kind of tap it into the top of my eyes just to kind of help with color. And then I'm probably going to use some to put around my nose area. This is where I tend to be the most red in my skin, and even though I have foundation on, sometimes I feel like I can still see it. And then I just do this to brighten up my nose a little bit. The Lancôme concealer you can get at Sephora for $29, and I do highly recommend this concealer. It's great. I have mature skin, I'm 51, and I think it does the best to brighten and conceal the lines as best they can. I mean, it's, you know, fine lines, they're gonna show up a little bit, but I don't feel like it creases really bad in the under eye area. The next thing I'm going to use is my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder, and it is in the shade Peach Pie. It is not new to me. I have been using it for a couple of weeks now. I actually first bought it in a trial size just to see if I liked it because I used a different color, and I'm really liking the Peach Pie. So I'm going to set the foundation and concealer with my powder. Before I put the powder on, I usually like to just dab a little bit more under my eye to make sure that none of the concealer has kind of clumped up or just kind of left any streaks, because if you set the powder without doing that and you do have some lines of concealer in there, it's going to set that line. And then also I forgot that because of my little crease in the chin, makeup likes to pile up in there. So before I put my powder on down on my chin, I like to kind of dab that as well. So I just kind of dab it on a little bit with my sponge, and I like to bring it down my nose and in here. And I really like this powder because I have pretty oily skin, and so it likes to help out with that. So it's really good for my oil and my shine. And I do just like to kind of tap it all over. And I don't like to use too much because under the eyes it can be somewhat dangerous. And then I just like to tap all around here. And then whatever's left on, I just kind of tap in just to help with shine and oil control. I'll take just a brush and kind of dust to make sure that I'm getting all the excess off. You can get the Huda Beauty powder for $38 at Sephora. I would highly suggest that if you want to try out a particular color in any makeup, if they offer it in a trial size, sometimes I'll do that to try it out to make sure I really like it before I pick it up and purchase the large item. You can save some money that way. The next thing I'm going to use is the Rare Beauty blush, and it's in the color Hope. That's why I used the cream blush earlier, because it is also in the color Hope, and this is really beautiful in the pan. Has a nice shine to it. My only concern is because I have mature skin, sometimes this kind of stuff does not look good on me. We're gonna try it and see what it looks like. So I'm just gonna dip my brush in the pan, tap off extra, and we're gonna go in and see how this looks. So it is applying, of course, with a little bit of shine. So far, it's really pretty. It goes on really smooth. Nice shade and nice color. My first concern is that because it has that shimmer to it, if you have mature skin, it's gonna highlight your pores a little more. So this product may be better used as maybe a highlighter. If you're younger and you have really beautiful porcelain skin, this is gonna look beautiful on. It goes on really nice. It's really smooth when it goes on. It's a really pretty color, but I don't know with my older skin. The Rare Beauty blush retails for $26, and I think that it's a really pretty blush. It's very luminous, great color. I believe you could probably use it as a highlight or a blush. The next thing I'm gonna do is put my brow glue on to give it a chance to dry before I finish out my eyebrows, and I like to use the NYX brow glue. I swear by this stuff. This is great. I've tried out several different products and this stuff works tremendously. So I'm going to get a mirror that I can kind of see a little closer up. So I just like to brush a little bit in. I like to kind of define the eyebrow. And then I like to get a brow brush to just kind of shape my brows in the way that I like to do it. Sometimes I do this with, or not with, but before I apply any of my makeup, and just give it time to dry. Just depends on what step you like to do your brows in. Now I'm remembering why I like to do it before I put the foundation on, because sometimes it gets in your brow and you have to get it out of there. The next thing I really like is the NYX Lift and Snatch for my eyebrows. And this is in the shade Espresso, I believe. Yes, Espresso. And I really like this. It gives you the opportunity to put in some just fine brow strokes. And I've tried multiple eyebrow products and I tend to just constantly go back to this one. And I just kind of put a little bit in, nothing too dramatic on the side. I usually just kind of fill in the first part of my eyebrow here. And I'm not super perfect with it. It's pretty forgiving. You just want to make sure that you do light strokes, because if you push too hard, you're just going to leave yourself with a big old nasty line, and then it'll really look ridiculous. You can get the Lift and Snatch on Amazon or your drugstore. It runs about $11.99. And the NYX eyebrow glue you can get on Amazon as well, or the drugstore, and I think it runs like $9.97, so just under $10. The next thing I'm going to use is the Makeup by Mario eye palette in the neutrals. It's his new one, and I'll show you here. It has a lot of great colors in it. And as you can see, I've already kind of dipped into this one. I've had it for about a week trying it out. And so far I really like it. I liked his last palette. His colors go on really smooth, and I feel like this one, it has a few more cool tone colors in it for you. So if you like cool tones, they're in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into this shade right here. And it's just a really pretty brown. And I'm just gonna sweep it across my lid. I didn't use any eye primer. I do have a little bit of powder and concealer on my eye from earlier, so I just kind of feel like it's enough. I'm not going out on the town tonight where I need my makeup to really stick. So I think we're good here. I'm also kind of in a phase where I'm not wearing a whole bunch of eye makeup, so sometimes I don't even do this. Sometimes I will just leave my eye blank. I do wear lash extensions, so they kind of give me a nice little eye pop. I do have hooded eyes, so I always make sure that I put my eyeshadow kind of high up just to help that little trouble area there. What I really like about it is it's a very easy palette to use. It has a lot of everyday useful colors that you can use for everyday makeup, but then it has some darker stuff in here that if you wanted to take it up a notch for a night out, that you can also do that as well. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the lightest color here and just kind of dip my little pencil in here, or dip my little brush in here, and I just kind of like to tap on the eyelid on this one. Because of the hooded eye, it just kind of helps open my eye up a little bit. And just everything in here, like I said, goes on really nice. Sometimes it can look like when I'm doing my eyes, like I'm really tugging on my eyes, but because of the hooded eyes, my skin is starting to fall a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to do it with this dark brown here. And I just use kind of a tiny little brush to kind of line the bottom of my eye. And I don't do too much. Just a little bit of a light dusting. I feel like it works for me. Not every lady likes to do this that's around my age, because sometimes I feel like it makes them age. The Makeup by Mario eye palette runs for $50 at Sephora. It's a great eye palette. Do you need it? Obviously not. If you have the other one and you really like it, that probably will do fine for you. But if you're wanting to try out some more cool tones, then you might want to get it. Next up for lips, I saw this product. It is the NARS Afterglow Sensual Shine Lipstick. And let's pull it out here. It's just kind of a tube lipstick and looks kind of like this. Really pretty. And this is in the shade Voyeur. They always have interesting names for their products. So before we put this on, I'm going to put some lip liner on, and I'm just using a lip liner that I've had for a while, and it is Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude, which it is iconic. All right, let's try on this lip gloss. Let's see what it looks like here. It's good, it's pretty. It's really creamy. It went on really nice. It's good, I like it. The NARS Afterglow Sensual Shine Lipstick, it retails for $32. and I really like it. It went on really creamy. And last but not least, we need to set the makeup. And what we'll be using is, I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the sticker off. So it is the One Size On Till Dawn setting spray. I love this stuff, and you can never find it in the full size. I'm always having to buy it in travel size. And if you like something that will really set your makeup, this will do it. Things. It says it's waterproof, transfer proof, smudge proof. It's really great. It can be drying for some, so if you have really dry skin, you may not like this product. I like it because I tend to run on the very oily side, and so this really helps. And I will have to say that by the end of the day, my makeup still looks great. So it's my favorite. So this is the finished look. So my overall takeaway on things that I liked and didn't like. The Gucci foundation, didn't love it. I felt like it went on patchy, it didn't spread very well, and for $69, as soon as it hits my face, I just want to be super wowed by it, and I was not wowed by it. There are much better foundations out there. I really like Catrice, like I said earlier, the NARS foundation, House Labs. Those are much better. They're my go-to, so I'm just not going to be switching to this one. The next one, the LYS bronzing stick. Loved this. Super creamy, went on great, blended really well. And you can do it putting the stick on, or you can use it with a brush dabbing on. For me, I felt like it was better if I would have tried it with dabbing the brush in and putting it on instead of just wiping it on my face, because I feel like it probably used up more product than I needed to. The Rare Beauty blush. I really liked it. I thought it was very pretty for my skin. I don't know if it's going to be something that I reach for because it has that luminous look to it. I think I might have to try it again because I don't like how my makeup essentially turned out because of the foundation. So I'd like to give it a try again. I think it's so pretty though, and I think it would definitely go well on somebody with younger skin, a little bit more smooth. If you have pores, it's probably gonna show your pores, but it might actually work out as like a nice little highlighter. So if you like to use a cream blush and then you want to put just a little bit of highlighter on your cheek, maybe dabbing that on would work really well, I think, for a mature skin. The Makeup by Mario eye palette, I love this one. It's a great palette. It has all the colors that you could need as far as mattes go. It has all browns, lights, darks. It has a gray in there. It has a black in there. It's just a really good versatile palette. I like that one. The NARS lipstick, I liked that one. It's very creamy. It went on well. I liked the color. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder in the color Peach Pie. I really like that one as well. Of course, it's kind of a standard in the industry. It goes on well. I really love the color, and it's one of my favorites. I'm glad I switched to this color. And then finally, the One Size setting spray. Absolutely love. Holds the makeup. Highly recommend it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure that you hit the like button down below and hit subscribe if you'd like to see any future content from me. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.